Okay, you got this family.
Right. So the family, the three figures, go on the southbound.
Which others would go on this side?
I don't know. I tend to go like that, but what do you think?
For this station, when it was being renovated a couple of years ago, we did a competition, and we had artists do proposals.
Yeah, I think those two go together.
Those two for
yeah.
sure.
You know, give us ideas of what you do in the station.
Peter, bring the family up.
And obviously we picked Mark Hadjipateras for 28th Street.
And a little higher.
And it's going up right now.
The project comprises of 34 glass mosaics. Color-wise, this goes with this. That span almost 1,000 feet along the platforms and along the exits and the stairs. Not too bad. I suppose if it comes, in order not to be blocked by it, it wants to go up still a little more. I think that's good. So, when are they being routed out?
We'll start today.
Really?
Yeah.
The idea of the Arts of Transit sort of came from an idea that the city, it's like a law that the city passed in the 80s, the early 80s, 1984, that whenever the city's building something, 1% of that construction money goes towards art. And right now we have 130 projects completed, and we'll do all the stations, all 468 of them. It's especially fun when the work is actually being installed, where you actually get to see, because it took like a good year and some before this came to this stage, so it's good to see it now.
When we made the mosaic, we made it surface mounted on paper with water-soluble glue. The pieces came like a jigsaw puzzle. They're numbered on the top. 4, and then you look up here. After the mosaic was installed, we wet the paper to start to set off the water-soluble glue.
I can't wait to see the rest.
Then we peel the paper off.
I've been seeing these plywood pieces. I come here every single Friday, so I've been seeing the plywood shapes and thinking, what could it be, and trying to imagine what could fit into them. So when they finally saw them up, I was so excited.
So beautiful.
What do you think?
I think it's nice. I always wondered how they did this kind of stuff.
You were trying to decide what it was. What did you decide it was?
I don't know.
And it's like on a New York subway, you're always standing next to somebody waiting for the train. And so now you're standing next to this guy who's like a rocket, and he has a head that almost looks like a mushroom or something.
It looks like some sort of mouse with a musical kind of thing going on there too. I don't know where he gets inspiration from, but it's actually quite fantastic.
I like the neighborhood a lot, and the work references the neighborhood to some degree. Because it's, I don't know if you're familiar with the neighborhood, it's a flower district. You'll see along there's plants, a lot of plants and flowers. But then there's a whole load of other things, like these import-export places. And there's a lot of these toy stores. Also, it's known as a fashion district. FIT, the Fashion Institute of Technology, is just up the block, in the garment district and so on. So a lot of the figures, besides being from the wacky world of Mark Hadjipateras, are also kind of flowered costumed figures. There's a kind of plant-like, flower-like quality to them, and at the same time, theatrical kind of fashion aspect to them. And that references things indigenous to the area. You find everything here, little birds. There's fruit, fake fruit in there. Oh, there's a lot of bridal stuff across. It was a good neighborhood for me because I work with found objects. Some I find on the street. Some of them I buy at stores and they're often cheap. I have one of these. He's lost his nose. It's a nice nose, right? And then you have things like the fire hydrants and the water towers that are just New York, And there's other more subtle references, like there's a scene of a boat with 3 guys in ethnic garb that like Greek, and that boat references a pagoda-like boat called Gele that's indigenous to a lake in Greece, in Kastoria, and the fur district used to be here. And that was predominantly Greeks from Kastoria who lived here. So in a way, it kind of makes a homage and references that. I did the original artwork in watercolors. I had never worked with mosaics, so I've always been drawn to it. Part of what I was trying to achieve is a certain interaction with the architecture of the station.
And the lettering, the mosaics were here from the beginning.
Initially, when the stations were first built, they used mosaic as art, and this is what the bands are about. I mean, they're very simple, but that was the art at the time. So in keeping with the language of the original station, we picked mosaic.
It's more than just a painting on a wall. It's part of the wall.
The mosaic fabricator is Steve Miodo. He works with a shop in Spilimbergo in Italy. I feel that the interpretation is really wonderful, that the colors are wonderful. I feel that the mosaics are a lot better than the original artwork.
I've been in the system for 20 years. I came down here when it was all graffitied up, when it was all dirty, filthy, and everything, and I've seen a lot of major improvements. It's very nice artwork, it's very nice tile, and it makes a better working environment also.
It's poetry. It's visual poetry, basically.
I've heard a few compliments from passengers coming over, and some of them even inquired, where can I get these mosaics? Where can I get that?
It's like it's a new part of life. You know, like it brings out more calmness than anything since September 11th. You know.
The same people come through the station every day. So hopefully, you know, as they come throughout the years, they'll get something new from it. Some of them look like they're people or, you know, objects that look recognizable, but after you look at them for a while, it changes, and that's what we want the art to do. Because not like be a one-liner where you see it, you get it immediately, and afterwards it becomes something invisible that's decoration on the wall. You get more as you see it throughout the year, so, and it does that, I think.
Yo, we are the city pan lock. We are on the place with attraction. Two-Face again, this whole place don't rock, man, I'm mock. My style, what a beat on the clock. 7 days a week, you want go hear me non-stop. I coulda one. Why make the girls then play with me locks? Loving and kissing, make the girl them attack and we a plan. They set this whole place on fire. Two-Face run this whole show. A full time for see how we a make this rascal cheese. Cross the islands and touch the Red Seas. For real? And watch how we move out the street. Ask Kish, we alone, set figure reach. Take heed, smoke all the high grade weed. Gone clean, want your feet. Allah. Two-Face once again. Lazy.
It's fantastic.